Hello.
Hello.
Who's what?
We're online, buddy.
Oh, are we? Hey.
Yeah, you remember you said go live and I went live?
Nah, that doesn't sound like me at all.
Well, it sure was.
As well.
I don't know, brother. Chris,
Brother?
I'm kind of worried about your rampant lying. I don't understand.
You're a liar.
See, that sounds exactly like someone trying to deflect blame would say. AKA a dirty liar. Just saying. Just saying. So, hey, everybody, I'm Matthew. Deflect blame would say.
I'm Chris.
I'm Josh.
I'm Doug.
Hey, it's Doug. We have those guys back. We're very excited.
Hello.
You guys, first of all, I just noticed what Chris named this episode. Chris, would you like to explain why you named this episode Look What You Made Me Do?
Well, I mean, it's only the most popular music video on YouTube at the moment.
What is this?
I didn't take you as a T Swift.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
Yo, hold on.
So what's going on?
I am a big T Swift fan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait a what?
Kind of sounds like Peaches.
That's exciting.
Oh.
It kind of does.
So we should.
Oh, I've got some photos from T Swift that I didn't even know was in here.
Oh my God, Chris, why are you the worst, buddy?
Hey, look.
He does like T Swift.
I gotta say, I like that album too.
Yeah, T Swift's my girl.
Sam's version.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That one song of hers is the best.
Which one?
Blank Space.
You're gonna narrow that down?
Blank Space. It is my favorite of all of the dope joints.
Oh.
That all the hot fire she spits on that mic, yo.
What
You know?
song?
She is a problematic fave.
Was it Bad Blood, Matt?
No, it was Blank Space.
Ah, that was a good.
No lie, I have the entire song memorized, and I could knock it out of the park if I needed to.
Go, do it.
No,
We have the
I am
time.
not being financially compensated for my work. My throat needs to be, I need to sip my honey and lemon to really soothe the vocals. You know how it is, Chris.
Dick joke right here that I'm
Yeah.
avoiding. I just want you to know about that.
Who's a what?
There's a dick joke right here that I'm avoiding. I just want you to know.
You know who never avoids dicks? Chris.
Damn.
Cool story, bro.
Like how I flipped that around like a bouse.
That
You
is
did something all right.
so cool, Matt. So
Yeah.
cool.
So cool.
Josh, you've been gone for a little bit. How have you been?
I've been very well. Been living the dream-ish. I was in Michigan.
All
So-
right, first of all, let me stop you right there. At no point should anyone say living the dream and I was in Michigan in the same breath.
Were you in the UP or the LP?
I was in the Mitten and the UP. And
Yo, that's the good part of Michigan, allegedly.
Guys,
the Mitten is, not the UP. I hope. Do we have any
The
Michigan?
Upers?
The uppers.
I
The
hate
uppers.
everything.
Being in the good part of Michigan is kind of like being in the good part of Ohio, though, right?
It is. There's a lot of corn and a lot of white people. And
And anybody who's insulted by that in Michigan, take it up with Ohio, who is now insulted by you.
It's
Get out of it.
it's a change.
we're in the sweet spot of the episode where no one's come on yet, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Look at my death cup.
I call the area Idaho.
Oh. I saw that.
It's got a death cup, but it's got stuff in it that's floating.
It is a bag of mixed berries soaked in rum.
Oh,
Oh.
because you're a pretty bitch.
Yeah. You're a,
And I drink the rum, and then I eat the berries, and they's boozy. And,
wait. Are you recently divorced from your rich husband?
actually, I am a kept man. I'll have you know.
But
So
bitch,
She's
yeah.
a real housewife of
I
Florida.
am a real housewife of Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, I can't wait to come to Tallahassee and see you in your housewife-ness.
Oh, dude, if you want, I can cook you a mean dinner.
What is your dress size? Because
I don't wear dresses. I'm not allowed.
I'm a 6 or an 8. Thank you very much.
thank you. We're gonna get him a pretty dress.
We need to get her like a puppet to pop up into the cameras.
And you sock puppet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sock puppet Caitlin's about to come up. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Now that we're done with the foreplay, let's get to the action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris. Comics
Yo,
or
what
games
up?
first?
2 games because I'm working on something for comics.
Is it nothing?
No, shut up.
Nothing. Are you sure it's that, Peter?
Are you sure you're working on something? Are you sure it's not nothing?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's
Hey, look who it is.
Saki.
It's Saki.
So Caitlin.
Oh, hey, Saki. Welcome back.
It's everyone's favorite Nolan nerd.
Saki.
If this doesn't go on forever, I don't know. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing with this show.
Oh, Saki, I'm glad we got done with your racist tirade after the last time.
What? Yes, that's the truth.
What?
Oh, God.
What?
I can't wait to
On
ask Saki for Saki's thoughts on all of our topics today.
Can we ask for Saki's hot take of the day?
Yes, what is Saki's hot take of the day?
Mommy Lauren's hot. That's what I want to take her.
Who?
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter. It's great.
Oh my God. No.
What an amazing podcast. This is already our best episode.
This is the best thing we've ever done. Oh my God. My favorite thing is the chat is just ...
Hey, Kogasu.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our first and final appearance of Saki.
like hell. Saki's not going anywhere. You know you're not stuck for this whole episode.
Oh my God.
Okay, just making sure.
You got to get like an actual puppet.
I feel, like,
Thank you, Ace.
For the first time.
I feel like this is a work in progress. The sock is.
This is a
Yeah.
Ace the comic dog.
Yeah.
This
All
makes me incredibly happy. All right, Chris, let's talk video games while Saki takes care of the dog because Ace the Bat Hound is being a little butt.
Saki's taking a bite out of those comic books, eh?
Yeah. What?
Don't hide your face. You're in on this too.
I know. I love it. It's amazing.
Anyway, Chris,
Yo, what up?
let's talk Nintendo, bro. They had a big day today.
What happened?
They had a huge Nintendo Direct today dedicated purely to all of their upcoming indie games.
Ooh.
The Switch is not going to be left behind on the indie front like the Wii U was.
That's great because that was the big issue with the Wii U.
That was a big issue. Let's not pretend
Well,
that was a big issue.
I said that and I realized, oh wait, it's a lot more issues than that.
No, so they had a huge hour-long show where they just showed game after game after game, and I thought I would break some of them down because I gotta tell you, a lot of them were really good stuff.
I don't believe it.
Well, they came out strong. They started and ended incredibly strong. The first game they came out with was announcing that the sequel that is finally coming out to Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy Forever is coming to the Switch and only the Switch.
Oh, interesting.
That's huge. And I mean, I'm sure eventually, yeah, it'll be coming to other stuff, but that's a big exclusive to get first because Super Meat Boy is just one of those games that came out right in the birth of the indie video game push, like right around there with Braid and Limbo.
There's a documentary about the indie game push called Indie Game.
Yep,
Netflix.
it is.
Plug for Indie Game
And
on Netflix. That's how I watch my movies.
Thank you, Josh. I guess.
So brought to you by Netflix.
So Saki, Are you a big fan of Super Meat Boy?
I'm a fan of my super meat.
Wow, Saki.
Come on. I need your actual opinions about stuff, Saki.
Yours.
This is why no one loves you, Saki. This is why you're
I
dead.
love Saki. Let's get some Saki fan art.
Hey, Saki. Saki, what's your favorite kind of drink at a Japanese restaurant?
That's racist.
Ow!
You make a fun of
Sake.
pork.
You know what? This is awful.
Different drinks.
Thank you, Ace.
All right, what else do we have that the Switch is going to have indie-wise?
Yeah, tell us about the indie games.
Next up, we have the Switch is getting the final expansion to Shovel Knight, the King of Cards, where you play as King Knight.
Okay.
So then there's a PC, like a Steam. Have you ever heard of Kentucky Route Zero?
I've heard of it, but it's been a while.
It's been going on forever, and it's finally gotten its 5th chapter coming out. Nintendo is going to get the full collection, and it's being called Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition. After that, they're getting a brand new, it's an action-adventure game inspired by indigenous culture called Mulaka. I don't really know what to make of it. It looks very Zelda-ish, but with more of a combat focus. So
That's cool.
who knows? Next is a really weird game because that's exactly what's in Nintendo's wheelhouse. Yes, as Dan in chat says, Kentucky Route is also coming to PS4 and Xbox, but today we is discussing the Nintendo indies. But yeah, good point. Next up, we have a really weird ass game, and it's called Morphe's Law, and it's a shooting game where two people shoot each other and they steal each other's masks with their gun. So you can shoot their head, their body, their legs, and they get smaller while you get bigger. And it looks ridiculous. So
Okay.
sure, why not?
All right.
After that, we got the trailer for Battle Chef Brigade, which I actually played at PAX this year for PS4. It's one of the new Adult Swim games, and it combines cooking and a match 3 like Bejeweled style game. It's an RPG. It's kind of fascinating. One part plays as an action RPG where you go out into the wilderness and fight monsters and collect, you kill them, and instead of just experience and stuff, you also collect their body parts and meat and use that in your cooking in these different like cutthroat kitchen style boss modes. And it's fascinating.
Okay. I'm interested.
Absolutely fascinating. Definitely check it out. It's really good. After that, the final game really blew everybody away. And that was when they said they popped up and was like, Suda51 and Grasshopper have a brand new game coming to the Switch.
Yes.
It's No More Heroes 3. Travis's Return or something. I forget what its name is called. Travis
Touchdown.
Travis Touchdowns coming back.
Travis Touchdown.
Cool.
Yeah, so just saying, looks real good. What's it called? Travis Strikes Again. Yeah, there it is. So that's another big one. So they started and ended really strong. They killed it.
I like it. I dig it. Good for the Switch. Good for Nintendo.
Good, very good for the Switch. I'm very excited for them.
The only downside to this is no Secret of Mana remake, right?
Actually, that's next.
Hey,
Square Enix announced that Secret of Mana is getting a full-on, well, technically Secret of Mana 2, but it was the only, they called it, we didn't get it as that. So it was like a Final Fantasy 3-6 scenario.
Yeah.
It's in a remake, a full-on like 3D remake, just it looks gorgeous, and it's coming to PS4, Steam, and Vita. And what might be surprising is that it is not coming to the Switch, considering it is originally a Super Nintendo game.
And it's
actually on the Super Nintendo Mini.
yeah, and it's up there as one of the best Super Nintendo games out there.
And the Switch actually already has the Seiken Densetsu Secret of Mana trilogy.
Huh.
Oh yeah, Oxenfree as well. Thank you, chat. The indie adventure game Oxenfree as well. But we'll get to that later tonight. But yeah, so that game looks absolutely fantastical.
I dig it.
I'm very excited. For Dan in chat, who was asking about the game, I just posted the trailer to Battle Chef Brigade. Looks awesome. Good times.
Okay.
Anyways, after that, so Secret of Mana, Nintendo Indie. So it's been a good week for RPG fans. And actually, turns out it's been a great year for RPGs because Matt Piscatella from the NPD research firm came out and said RPGs are up year over year by 50%. RPGs have almost doubled in sales.
Well, I have to say this, but do you think Bethesda has a lot to do with this?
No. Well, if you mean that because Bethesda hasn't released any garbage games this year to compare to, then yeah.
Ouch.
No.
Because we're comparing it to last year when we had Fallout.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that wasn't last year. That was the year before. That's how bad it was. My point is, even this year with games like Horizon and Zelda and Persona and Neo and Nier and all the Final Fantasy 15 add-ons and stuff and just everything that has come out RPG-wise, indie, AAA, the RPG genre has seen a massive resurgence.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting, though. It's really exciting for game developers to start, like, sinking their teeth more into it. But, like, I don't know. I think let's just hope they don't get too ahead of themselves and start making shitty RPGs.
Yeah. I'm excited for what the future of the genre has to offer. Hey, how's Saki doing? Saki, what's your favorite RPG?
What?
I said Saki. Like realsies.
What's going on here?
Saki's thinking. Saki's been drinking.
Red wine.
Oh, Saki, this is what got you in trouble last time.
I kind of feel like this is going to get really weird real quick.
Only when Saki
Going
does something, we just stare at Saki for no reason.
Oh,
Oh, that was
that's
aggressive.
been on your feet.
Aggressive.
First of all, Saki just cut my gum.
Jesus.
Anyway, this is a
Saki like one of those
terrible idea.
eels that like swims onto fish and burrows into them.
Oh, someone just asked if Saki is a ghost painting lady's final form.
Oh yeah.
The answer is yes. She has evolved into a racist
She's
sock
now
puppet.
a poltergeist.
Saki the racist sock puppet, huh?
The Soltergeist.
Saki, the racist sock puppet.
Anyway,
Alternative genetics.
anyway, this has been awful.
Saki has some strange ideas about phrenology.
I love when people bring up the shape of skull.
Technology is great.
Oh.
What else?
So finally, up into the comics portion of the show. Let's talk Xbox One X. Because last week they had their really lackluster Gamescom show, but what we always knew would happen happened, which is the hardcore Xbox fans dying to upgrade to a more powerful box jumped on. And as such, the Xbox One X has now been the fastest pre-ordered Xbox in Microsoft's history and is topping the charts on Amazon's video game list. So the real test for Xbox One will be, will it carry over to 2018? Is this going to be a very front-loaded, a new system coming out during Christmas? Because the PS4 Pro blew up at launch as well. And by all regards, the Xbox One X is a better system than the Pro, but we'll see if people outside the hardcore fans that already exist, like, will the Xbox One X expand customer base, or will it just get people to upgrade to their third version? Because the One S made a lot of people upgrade from their base to the One S. And will those same people drop an extra 500? It's like, Chris, are you getting a 1X?
It's kind of like how much are they really spending? Because they have to get a
1X or a 1S?
You have a 1S.
No, I have a 1.
Oh, are you going to upgrade to a 1X?
No, I wasn't planning on it. I don't have a 4K television, so.
Yes, you do.
Do we lose Matt?
I think we lost Matt's video, but yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the real question here is like, you know, you'll have to upgrade to a new TV, you have to upgrade to a new system. It's like, is any of that worth it?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's not worth it yet. Eventually, you know, as technology evolves, it will become worth it. But that I don't think that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen for another couple of years.
Yeah, because, you know, when the 4K comes out, are they going to have a 6K TV soon?
Well,
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
I asked because my one broke about a couple weeks ago, and like this would be the perfect time for me to get a 1X, but I don't have a 4K TV. So, and I also know the 1S will be infinitely cheaper and probably heavily bundled with stuff this Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Much better use of my time and money. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought about upgrading to an S a couple of times just because I like the way the S's look. But I've never been able to justify it.
Is it really worth all that money just because you like the look of the console more?
Not really. That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah. See, if my one hadn't broken, I would never have really thought about it. Because the reality is, in 2 years, we're going to be getting brand new systems.
Yeah.
By 2019, the next PlayStation and the next true Xbox will be coming out. And then I would have been really upset with myself if I spent $500 this Christmas to get a mid-tier upgrade. I don't know. It's on both sides of the fence, both PlayStation and Xbox. I don't get of these systems.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. Finally, video game-wise, do you want Xbox or PlayStation first? Because we got a new round of free games coming in September.
Ow! Xbox.
All right. Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
360 or 1?
What do you mean 360 or 1?
What do you want to know first?
1.
Okay. Forza Motorsport 5 and the adventure game Oxenfree are both free. And as I said when this was first announced, I guess Oxen truly is free this month.
No. You deserve
No one likes you.
I regret nothing.
We know.
Maybe you should start.
The 360 game Hydro Thunder Hurricane, the water boat racing game, and Battlefield 3. So that is the Xbox is offering. The PlayStation is getting 2 AAA games and a really good indie game. So the PlayStation 4 is getting Infamous Second Son.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's a good one.
Right? It's getting a Strike Vector EX, which is a lot like a Robotech Macross Gundam style game.
Okay, I'm in.
And if you have a PlayStation VR, you are getting Guerrilla Games, the creators of Horizon Zero Dawn, their mech combat game Riggs for free, which I think is baller. I think that's a great thing that PlayStation should do for their PlayStation VR is give free games every month, because then that'll be more likely for people to want to upgrade because they'll already have a built-in roster of free games just waiting for you.
Yeah. They have a really good
They have a great lineup of VR games. It's just a lot of people like don't want to drop $15-20 for a game they're not sure of for VR. It'd be a lot better for them to have a stable of PlayStation Plus games just waiting in their library, because if you have PlayStation Plus, you can download and have rigs set in your library regardless if you have a VR yet or not. And then if you ever do get one, boom.
Yep, you got it.
You're done, ready. And I love that. And plus Riggs is really good. So there's also that. For the PS3, it's much less enthralling. Because who here hasn't been really excited to play both Handball 2016 and Truck Racer?
Yo, this guy.
Those games of the years.
My year has been sorted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, real talk, Chris.
Yeah.
The Vita might have the greatest of all the free games this month.
What?
Because and it's cross-buy with PS4, so let that sink in. You can also now play the pigeon-based dating simulator Hatoful Boyfriend for the low price of free, just in case you ever wanted to know which pigeon you wanted to date more.
Here's the thing. Hatoful Boyfriend, old news. It's all about Dream Daddy now. Get out of it with that weak pigeon shit.
But you know what? Dream Daddies isn't a console experience yet, Chris. I'm waiting for
matter.
I'm waiting for someone on Tumblr to create a Hatoful Boyfriend Dream Daddies matchup and do Hatoful Daddies.
Stop hiding your face on your stream.
What is going on? What are you talking about?
Dream Daddy. It's a dating sim where you date dads.
It's like you both had a seizure and are just streaming nonsense out of your mouths.
Hey, Saki, what do you think about a game where you date pigeons?
I'm interested in the sugar daddies, not the pigeons.
Thank you, Saki.
By the way, Saki wanted to know if anyone wanted to hear his hot takes on Game of Thrones.
Sure. What's your hot take?
Incest never looked better.
Oh, no. Saki.
Who is hot?
Saki. Saki, that's a bad opinion.
Saki, did you read that when the Army of the Dead crossed the wall, they actually formed the sigil of House Stark?
Yeah, because Bran's the Night King.
Oh snap! Saki's spouting those internet theories.
Saki's feet when you talk to her. Very weird. Look directly into the mouth of the puppet. Thank you. That's just a little.
Get
some googly eyes for Saki for next time.
Oh, don't worry. By next week, we will have googly eyes for Saki.
Don't
worry.
Hashtag blessed.
Can we?
This is not
merchandise. Can we get a shirt that says Saki the racist puppet? Puppet.
It's just Saki, and the googly eyes are just looking really not happy at a passing family of minority children. Just staring at them judgmentally with the
Oh, he does.
Saki.
You Hispanic.
I am. So is Doug.
Not really, but
I know. It's fine.
I don't know.
Technically, I don't know.
So that's it for video games.
Neat.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about Empire? Did that happen?
Are we going to talk about what?
Secret Empire? Did that happen?
Something Empire? Oh, Secret Empire. We haven't gotten the comics yet.
Okay, cool. Because are they all still Nazis?
Why are you always trying to jump the format, man?
It actually ended today, so I'll be going all into the hype. Look at Captain America, Nazi Iron Man.
Did he not see Iron Man? Is that what you said?
No, he's wearing an Iron Man suit.
Okay.
Womp womp. Anyway, keep going.
Can I see Saki real quick?
I mean,
Saki.
Saki, we need you.
what?
Thank you, Saki.
Why do we want Saki?
No reason. Keep talking.
Really? Okay. Talking.
What do you want to talk about, bud?
I don't know. Why are we having Saki up?
I'm working on some Saki art.
I'm so paranoid now.
Are you working on Saki fan art right now? This is so weird. What is going on with this life?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Saki, quit moving so much.
Saki, sit still. I need you.
He's trying to draw you like one of your French girls.
No, he went there.
Yeah. It needs eyes. It really does.
What are we on? What category?
Yeah, we're on comic books now. Let's do
We're on
this.
comic books now. We're just
All right,
waiting
you want
for.
to talk about comics?
Yeah.
I'll finish Saki later.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will.
What does that even mean?
Shit.
What does that even mean?
Oh my god.
So yeah, comics came out this week.
Yeah.
You want to talk about comics or comic
it
news?
was a glorious 5th week.
Let's talk about some comic news.
So because it was
All
a
right.
5th week, DC really had nothing of note. And so Chris, do you want to start or should I?
I'll start with the news.
Saki is lovely.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Suicide Squad, the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
You love being able to say that, don't you?
Huh?
You love being able to say that, don't you?
I adore it beyond words. The Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad 2 is delayed because Mr. Will Smith is busy. So I assume it'll be out, a little later. And here's our first bit of Saki merchandise.
Oh god. That is horrible.
Wait, say that again?
Here's our first bit of Saki merchandise.
Oh my God. Chris, first of all, why does it look like just one of those things you just put your dick in?
Well, I mean, it's a sock. So yeah.
Why does it look like something Frank Herbert and Tim Burton ran together?
Chris,
All right,
talk.
look. All right, let's talk. Let's talk. Real talk. Microsoft Paint is really hard to work with. That's why no artist actually uses it.
Not true. The
And I don't
best
have a Syntac or a Qualcomm, so this is what you get.
I ain't Dr. Seuss's Cat in the Hat's motherfucking hat.
Oh my God, Saki, just let it go.
Chris,
Ugh.
Saki
yeah.
deserves better.
Yeah, it sure does. I'm not an artist though, so fan art challenge. Someone make some art of Saki.
I think you drew Saki's dick. That's what you actually did. Anyway,
Rude. Rude.
just like Saki and your drawing.
Wait, give me a second. Saki, get on screen.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Now, quick, while I'm talking, somebody screen capture Saki so I can have a picture to post to talk about Saki and ask people for Saki fan art. Someone screenshot this and send me the picture, please, while I talk.
I don't know how to
Please.
screenshot. I'm old.
How do you not know how to screenshot?
I don't know how to
my God.
screenshot anything.
Someone in chat, please.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm very busy. All right, I don't have time to screenshot
Oh my God.
things.
You're the worst.
Nope.
Oh, wait, I got one. Ha, I figured it out.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, back to after all the Saki nonsense, we have our first pictures of a robot armed Misty Knight for the second season of the Luke Cage.
Yep.
See that?
I didn't see
Huh? Where did I see that? It's not online.
Oh, he said he hasn't seen that. Why don't you pull it up?
Oh, okay.
Your job, Chris.
Please hold.
Saki.
All right, calm down. I like how I typed it in the first auto result is Misty Knight Netflix arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? Where is this? What else is happening while I look this up?
Well, why don't I talk about another book?
Go ahead and talk about another book.
Why don't I talk about the fantastic Secret Empire number 10?
Okay.
Yeah,
Because-
what happened in it?
I shared an article with you guys where they discussed the dire straits Marvel's comics are in, and how they're just getting trounced by DC's Rebirth and how they can't pull off anything successful anymore, and how their new Legacy soft reboot is probably not going to do anything for them.
Correct.
And, you know, there it is.
Here's the picture of Misty Knight with her new robot on.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. What does Saki think about that?
She legit.
Is she too legit to quit?
Hey.
Anyway, so this book has been polarizing for fans for a long time. I don't think that's any surprise. The way they've made different takes on beloved characters like Captain America or Punisher or Thor or any of these people. And the problem with them is normally, at least with controversy, you at least get people to then also buy your book because of the controversy. But because of its parallels to our actual world, where they turned Captain America into a Nazi, and you know what? This book happened before that started becoming a reality. But it's unfortunately timed because guess what? That is now the world we live in, where turning a beloved American icon into a Nazi is just really tone deaf. So you had to look into it, like, would the story be interesting enough to save it? And the thing is, it was entirely predictable. We all knew how it was going to end when we found out the Cosmic Cube was involved. That it would then end up with the Cosmic Cube making things right. Like, it's the most cop-out answer, at least with Secret Wars and Doctor Doom and stuff. Though the reboot changed things, you know. It gave us a new status quo. It led to some interesting stories. This is literally, oh, we hit the reset button. It never happened. Everything's fine.
Which is basically how we expected it to turn out.
Yeah, but that makes it worse.
Wait, but isn't this supposed to lead into Legacy? So,
yes, and here's how it leads into Legacy.
Okay.
The sentient cosmic cube goes, I'm going to send you guys on a spirit journey to meet your predecessors. And then they come back, having met their predecessors. And you can read about those meetings in a series of one-shots called Generations, which all have been really poo garbage, by the way.
And are $1 more expensive than any other comic.
That sucks.
And so they're going to slowly bring back all the legacy characters while not also keeping the new characters. So you're going to have Logan alongside X-23, and you're going to have Miles Morales alongside Peter Parker, that kind of thing.
This is one of those things I feel like they've done the annoying thing instead of the good writing thing that would accomplish the exact same goal. Because the way to actually do this is she sets everything right again, and she does it too much. Like, nobody's ever died, and there's two of people, and like, just like does like a weird positive House of M, where like suddenly there's 3 Captain Marvels because she's like, nothing bad ever happened.
How amazing everything is.
Because she doesn't understand. Like, instead of like,
the other problem is not only was it just poorly conceived, poorly marketed, and poorly ended, but the art. When you have this blockbuster event, you have to have a team. It keeps it consistent. Secret Empire had 4 different artists among 10 chapters.
Well, I do get the impression that maybe the Cosmic Cube wasn't actually supposed to be in this book, and that they made a hard left turn when the reactions started happening.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, that's not the case, because this has been leading up for the past 2 years in the Captain America books with the sentient Cosmic Cube.
Yeah, it all started with that Pleasant Valley thing.
Yeah, Welcome to Pleasant Valley, or Pleasant Valley.
I don't think it was necessarily going this exact way. That's why we had the delays and the extra issues and multiple art teams.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like they did a lot of course correcting halfway in, made the separate Steve. You know, like, I don't feel like that was going to be actually there.
That's like fair. My issue is just like, man, it's just it comes off as very
poorly written, because when you have to slapdash, like, hurry up, and you know, like when you're like making one Suicide Squad movie and then the company comes in and makes you make another one on top of it,
right?
You get a sloppy, weirdly messy thing, and that's what I feel like Secret Empire kind of reeks of the same type of meddling.
Yeah.
Like, Warner Brothers and Marvel Comics are going through the same problem with somebody at the top being kind of a shitty human being.
Also, just in case you didn't know if they really like their synergy, here's a panel ripped straight from Captain America Civil War, the movie.
Yeah, like literally just...
This time it's Captain versus Captain. It's an internal struggle represented externally. And then the true coup de grace is we find out how Hydra Cap picked up Thor's hammer. A spell was cast on it to change the inscription. So this time, the real Captain got the hammer and won the day.
Okay.
That's how it ended.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was. Look, I mean, here's the thing: the artists have all been really good. It's Andrea Sorrentino and Steve McNiven, like artists I really love. But it's just when you swap them out over and over again, It's just bad.
They get a style for the book. They don't get to decide. There's no one voice.
I'm missing that sweet spot.
Creativity.
When the Hawkeye comic came out and Alice's Moon Knight came out and Squirrel Girl, like Howard the Duck. I'm missing that. Like that's what I'm missing in Marvel.
Well, you realize that's when there was synergy between the cinematic and the comic book companies. Like they were, Feige could say, you know, we want to have some sort of synergy product-wise with what we're putting out and what you're doing, and you know, you should be moving forward. All this. Ike Perlmutter being locked off from the movies means Ike Perlmutter has complete control over things like Iron Fist casting, and over things like what goes on in the books. Like him and his little council get to now are just in charge of the comics and the TV now. Yeah. So Inhumans is the first big misstep on TV. After, you know, the Iron Fist stuff was the first big Netflix thing that didn't go really correctly.
Yeah. Did you hear about Iron Fist though?
Huh?
Iron Fist was was one of the most viewed of all the Netflix shows.
Oh, weird.
Well, we do have a lot of Nazis. Anyway, I'm not saying the connective. No, it was viewed because it was the last one.
I know.
It's not. It was most viewed because its ratings build off of the previous 3 shows. You want to see how this one story continues, and you know Defenders is coming after it. So, like I think it would have blown up, regardless, but would have blown up harder with a good show. You know, or I would say the show isn't bad. It's got the worst opening like 5 episodes of any of the shows. Mostly because he couldn't fight yet.
How's Defenders though?
I like Defenders a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still the weak point, but he's better.
He's definitely the weak point. He's better when he's playing off of the others, but he's still just a one-man child that ruins the character.
To Heroes for Hire, like he actually cracks smiles. He seems like Danny Rand instead of like Anakin Skywalker walked off of.
That has been the best comparison I've ever seen. The guy that plays Danny Rand is basically Hayden Christensen, but in the Marvel.
Exact same performance.
Except his performance is the same level of charismatic and interesting.
It's because he says everything like a petulant whine instead of like confidently.
Yeah.
He says it like a child who's like.
But I'm the Iron Fist. I have to save the day.
It's like I was harnessing my chi. Like he says everything like, "What the fuck is your problem?" Is the tone under everything he says.
Here's my avocado toast. Deal with it.
When if you come in and you say the same performance for this, that's a misperformance because both Vader and Danny Rand should be saying everything like warrior monks. You know, kind of chill.
Yeah.
And not like confident. You know, like Danny shouldn't be mad until he's mad. Like until there's a scene where he loses it. Like he shouldn't be angry. And
why didn't they just bring on James Franco? James Franco, the Iron Fist.
You know, there was a rumor a long time ago that they were trying to get Ryan Philippe, which explains. Yeah, it makes sense because you know he's always looked like a rich bag.
Isn't he doing Shooter?
Is he doing Shooter the show?
Yeah, I think so.
I heard they were doing.
Well, Saki just agreed that he's doing Shooter the show.
Okay.
Saki's here to talk.
I can't think of 2 actors more diametrically opposed than Mark Wahlberg and Ryan Philippe, but let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess.
He was great in MacGruber. Anyway, moving on in news.
More comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris, jump into comic news. We got to finish this up, sucker.
All right. We have our first view of Evangeline Lilly's Wasp costume from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You say that, but what I hear is I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite Wasp on the Citadel.
Yeah, it's real Mass Effect.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
Chris, pull it up. It looks straight up like a Normandy thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, please hold. Here you go.
We haven't seen the wings
yet. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also when you take away the yellow from the outfit, it does, like I can imagine the yellow part of the Wasp, the newer Wasp costume.
Chris, keep talking so it pops up on the screen. Oh, never mind. I took it down.
I hope she can save us from the Reavers.
Yeah.
Ed Skrein, who was cast in Hellboy as an Asian character, is leaving after people have talked about him whitewashing, the allegations of whitewashing. And he looked to step away on his own after realizing what the character was supposed to be.
I really think I think that was the good call from him, because it takes a lot for an actor to step away from a role, especially one like Hellboy. But to be like, look, I don't want to take a role from an Asian actor, I'm going to step down, it is exactly what other people should have done.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool of him. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah, which I hope it breaks a seal on that type of behavior, because like sometimes things literally don't occur to you as options, and you know, like somebody might be going, oh wait, all I had to do was just not do it. Fuck. But you know, and hopefully like it sets a precedent of like, because it's the only way it's going to happen. Yeah, because I've talked about this before. I think that China is the reason we don't get Chinese leads and we don't get Japanese leads, because they're the biggest movie market right now, and from their point of view, like they don't want to see half American, half Chinese people. They're kind of racist. And like there's a cultural difference. Like Chinese Americans want representation. Chinese people see Americans pretending to be Asians as cultural superiority on their part. So if they're the biggest market, nothing's going to change. But if we refuse to play these roles, then you can either not make the movie or you can make it with an Asian American. And that's going to be the only way you get this done. You have to find the path that forces change, because otherwise it won't happen.
Speaking of Hellboy, Penelope Mitchell has been cast as some sort of fairy witch thing. So that's fine.
Penelope.
Spider-Man Homecoming, the writers are, as of this moment, returning. The director is being worked on to return.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Hasbro is suing DC over the usage of the name Bumblebee.
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Well, so it turns out the character Bumblebee was created in 1977, and the Transformer Bumblebee was named in 1983. But Hasbro has a trademark for Bumblebee from 2015. So I think the issue is that that DC is now making the superhero girls toys.
Right, and Bumblebee is one of the characters.
And I think that's where Hasbro's like, no.
Yeah, it's
no.
trademark, right? Yeah.
I think so. But they were totally okay with Bumblebee just doing Bumblebee on whatever else. It's just not as a toy.
I'm just hearing Bumblebee tuna.
Bumblebee
tuna.
Bumblebee.
You know what? I really wish at this, like, I had a daughter at this exact moment, because Superhero Girls is one of the best shows for young kids. It's one of the best times for a parent to watch like comic book based stuff for their kids, between like Teen Titans Go and Superhero Girls and stuff. Like there's all this content created for younger audiences that parents can enjoy simultaneously.
It's kind of like you're making excuses that you should watch these shows. Like, I'm watching this because my daughter's watching it. It's like, no, you love it.
That's the best thing. And look at Steven Universe and like stuff like that. It's like there's these shows that are designed objectively for younger people, but the best ones are the ones that also appeal to their parents. Just saying.
True.
That's why Pixar is better than DreamWorks.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons.
Gravity Falls, too.
Also, Gravity Falls, Saki says.
Yes.
And
Saki has strong opinions about Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is great. So there's a bit in Gravity Falls with the unicorns that consistently makes me laugh every time.
I can't stop looking at a GIF of the gnome vomiting up a rainbow.
Yes.
Yes.
And imagining the noise again, where
Oh God!
And it's clearly like it's somebody sat there and did it for like 10 minutes, because it keeps changing. It's not an audio loop, even though the visual is. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. That's all the news I have. I wanted to put this out there because I was looking, and I figured I'd mention the Comixology sales of what's available and what I think you should really look into getting.
Okay.
Let me pull that up real quick. First of all, Matt.
Yes, dear.
What's our favorite run of the Punisher?
That would be Greg Rucka's fantastic run.
Yes, you can get every issue of Greg Rucka's run, including Punisher Warzone, for a little more than $20.
That's phenomenal. If you have not read that yet, Greg Rucka's take on Punisher not only introduces one of the best characters the franchise has ever seen, very criminally underrated and underused, never seen from again, but it doesn't matter. It's so sublime because Greg Rucka's wheelhouse is two things: incredibly strong female characters and some of the best military and political intrigue in comics. Like, the man just lives and breathes military stuff and strong female characters. Like, everything he's done between Checkmate and Lazarus and Velvet and this Punisher series and his original series Queen and Country, like, they all fit that mold. And then you put it in the Punisher thing, it's fantastic. Also, Chris is gone.
That's right. Yeah.
Google crashed. He will be back.
Okay.
So we will just keep talking.
So what is this like? Is it a digital download of Greg Rucka's?
Yes, Comixology. You can get all the digital comics, and they're so it's over like 20 something. Oh, but yeah. So, also in chat, someone said they watched the first episode of Rick and Morty, and does Rick actually say Morty every other word? The answer is yes. Almost all of his rants and speeches involve Morty like every other word, and it gets increasingly hilarious the drunker he gets.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey,
so
Matt.
back. Yes, dear.
Hey, guys. Hey, Matt. How much do you love Saga?
All the much. In fact, this week we have the latest entry in the Saga of Saga.
Yes. What if I told you you could digitally get the 2 deluxe editions for $12.99 a pop?
I'd slap you in your mouth because that deal's too good to be true.
And if you don't like the deluxe editions, all the trades are $4.99 digitally.
That's insane. I wish I didn't love having physical collections of comics, especially trades, because Comixology sales are insane.
They're wonderful. You can get Little Gotham.
We love Little Gotham.
We love Little Gotham, $5.99 a pop. Something for the old school DC fans, you can get the original collection of Peter David's Young Justice, which had the team of Impulse, Superboy, and Artemis before the cartoon. You could get the first collection of that for $5.99 on Comixology.
Hells yeah.
And also, Matt, do you remember the New 52 Superboy?
I sure do.
You can get them all for $5.99 a piece if you wanted.
Well, okay then.
All right.
So those are the best deals. I could go on about the Star Trek deals that are going on this week, but I'll save you.
Man, that'd be like taking an Ambien and some Benadryl simultaneously. I think we would all just pass out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that Star Trek is boring.
No, I got you.
Okay, just making sure.
I got you.
I didn't know you were picking up what I was putting down.
No, I absolutely got you. It's fine.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. No problem. What else did you get this week?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Christopher.
I did, because it's my job.
Oh, it's your job?
Yes.
Your job.
Jab.
Your jab?
My jab.
You guys are sucking at this.
They took our
can we talk about Crosswind?
Yes. Yes, we can. Crosswind, if you do not remember, Charles,
I like that.
in chat.
I like that.
So-
Can we talk about this? Yes, we can.
Crosswind,
Oh.
for those that don't remember, is the story where a bored stepmom housewife and a trained assassin switch bodies.
Freaky Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Freaky Friday book. This series, this is the best issue, easily, even though it's only issue 3, because it's the issue where the assassin in the mom's body decides that none of the bullshit that the mom puts up with is okay. Like the neighbor's kids that sexually harass her, or the fact that her son's getting bullied, or the fact that her husband's cheating on her. He's like, not in my house, bitches. And the best is when she finds out who stole her stepson's bike. And they're riding on the road, and she pulls up behind him in the car, opens her door, and runs into them, knocks him on the ground, comes up with a crowbar to his dick, and was like, "You were gonna give him $25 a week, or I'm coming back." And it's the best.
But this is the part of the trailer that makes this movie make $1 million, basically.
So yeah, I adore this scene of her. And then she comes back to the guys who have been